6-0 in the conference. The Pioneers are 10-2 overall with a 5-1 record in the heart. Now everyone please stand for the invocation led by Trey Lamer, followed by the national anthem.
Let's pray. Jesus, we thank you for the game of basketball and for good competition we're about to witness. We are so thankful William Penn got here safely. We pray everyone remains healthy and remember who we are glorifying when we play. Amen.
And now for tonight's starting lineups, first for William Penn. At guard, 6'3" senior from Calumet City, Illinois, number 1, James Pennington. At the other guard, 6'2" sophomore from Drexelville, Pennsylvania, number 3, Malik Edwards. At the other guard, 6' junior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 5, Chance Crusoe. At forward, 6'5" sophomore from Philadelphia, PA, number 11, Lanier Newton. And at the other forward, 6'11" senior from DeWitt, Michigan, number 23, Eddie Daly. William Penn is coached by John Henry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Pioneers. Starting at guard, 6'1" sophomore from Lorain, Ohio, number 5, Ed Wright. At the other guard, 6'3" freshman from Dayton, Ohio, number 11, Mackay Elmore. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from McPherson, Kansas, number 13, Jake Alexander. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from Olathe, Kansas, number 25, Anthony Brown. And at forward, 6'8" junior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 23, Caleb Jones McCrary. The Pioneers are coached by Adam Hefker, assisted by Hudson Welty, Brody Bell, and Jacob Reddy.
Well, welcome into the Cook Center on the campus of Mid-America Nazarene University, where we're set for Heart of America Conference action between your Mid-America Nazarene Pioneers and the visiting 17th ranked William Penn University Statesmen in town from Oskaloosa, Iowa. Thanks for joining us on a little bit of a late tip-off. Some trouble getting here for the Statesmen, a bus breakdown on the way from Iowa into KC. We're glad they made it safely, and we got a heck of a ball game in store for you. Both of these teams come into tonight's game 10-2 overall. The Statesmen undefeated at Heart of America play. The Pioneers 5-1, so if William Penn pulls off the win tonight here in the Cook Center, they'll remain on top of the Heart of America Conference standings. If the Pioneers pull off the upset, they will be tied for first. So a lot on the line here tonight. And James Pennington, the senior transfer out of Trinity Christian, gets things started with a missed field goal attempt. And 2 Pioneers ahead of the pack. Jake Alexander is going to get a dunk, start things off in transition as the Pioneers want to play fast. Both of these teams, high-scoring, fast-paced offenses. They both want to play in the 80s and 90s. William Penn, always one of the fastest-paced teams in the country. Coach John Henry's club in his 22nd season. will put up 90-plus in just about every ball game as Eddie Daly misses the long pick-and-pop three. Elmore back the other way. In transition, his pull-up jumper off the mark. Daly pulls down the rebound. Here comes Malik Edwards, a sophomore out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in transition. He was looking for his buddy Munir Newton, another Philadelphia native. Newton plays kind of that 4 spot for him, alongside the 6'11" Daly inside. Eddie, a 4-year starter for William Penn that took the year off last year and decided to come back and play his extra COVID season. And William Penn happy to have him, averages about a double-double. Big number 23 in blue. Elmore uses that drag ball screen, swings it around the perimeter. Ed Wright's going to take a 3 left corner off the mark, and Newton comes down with the rebound. Here comes Chance Crusoe. Chance, a 3-year starter, even though he's listed as a sophomore. Got that COVID year back from St. Louis, Missouri, out of Vashon High School. Won a state title there. Daly in the post, guarded by Jones McCurry, forced the miss, but offensive rebound by Crusoe. And Crusoe's going to take a 3 way off the mark. That's not what he does well. Chance, maybe the best on-ball defender in the country and can really get to the paint, but doesn't shoot it great from the perimeter. And officials are going to stop things here and get the shot clock in order. They reset it to 20, but Crusoe's field goal attempt did not hit the rim, so it should not have been reset. And we stop play to move the shot clock from 16 to 14. Edwards takes the pass on the baseline out of bounds, and he shoots a floater off the right side, gets it up and in. Gets the scoring started for the Statesmen. Interested to see the matchup that they go with on Anthony Brown. Right now it's Chance Crusoe drawing that assignment. Crusoe just 6'1", Anthony Brown near 6'6", and Brown goes right over the top but misses the fadeaway jumper. Again, Chance Crusoe, probably the best on-ball defender in the country, but typically guarding point guards. As Malik Edwards stays hot, hits a transition 3, gives the Statesmen an early 5-2 lead. He's got all 5. Alexander goes right back into the post, Anthony Brown. One-on-one with Crusoe. Was looking for Jones McCrary in the high post, and Alexander just about intercepted it. Now Jones McCrary goes spin on the baseline, gets the reverse to go. Pretty move by Caleb Jones McCrary. And that's bad news for William Penn, as I believe that's Malik Edwards went down in the backcourt. I didn't see what happened. He's holding his face. I don't know if there was inadvertent contact, just turn into transition from offense to defense, but looks like he got hit in the mouth, and he's going to take a seat. Daniel Autry, a 6'4" junior out of Detroit, Michigan, checks in. Autry comes off the bench for the Statesmen, but their second leading scorer. I believe it was Malik Edwards' teammate. Incidental contact, took a shoulder to the chin there, and Autry, right, fresh off the bench, first touch, fires away at 3. That's what he does. Looked good the whole way, rattled out. And Statesman going to get an extra possession as Alexander couldn't stay in bounds on the defensive board. Crusoe to inbound it, gets it to Pennington in the corner. He drives baseline on Ed Wright, lost his footing. Should have been a travel, right? They're going to give Pennington the timeout call. Maybe he got an extra dribble as he slid to the floor there. So timeout William Penn. It'll be Penn basketball on the baseline when we come back. 30-second timeout at MNUsports.com. Pennington to inbound. Gets it into Autry in the corner. They're going to go right back to Pennington off a staggered double. He refused it. They have to go to Crusoe. Chance looking to enter the post to Eddie Daly. Daly and Jones McCurry having a battle in the post there. A lot of physical play, no whistles. Letting them play early. A couple of missed putback opportunities. Anthony Brown came down with the rebound, lost his footing, but the Pioneers are off in transition. Ed Wright to the cup, right side, got it to go. Anthony Brown never made it near midcourt. He's hobbled a bit, stayed on the defensive end. Statesman go right inside to Daly. He goes quick spin on the baseline, lost it out of bounds. So the exact same move we saw Jones McCrary do on one end, that quick spin on the baseline. Eddie Daly tried to give him a taste of his own medicine and just lost it. Elmore, top of the key, gets things set, goes to Anthony Brown, isolated side. They're looking to go to Jones McCrary in a high-low. Couldn't get it to him, gonna have to work it around the perimeter. Caleb now has it left elbow, dribble handoff action with Alexander. Jake one-on-one with Munir Newton, looking to go Anthony Brown back door, and Crusoe got a hand on it. Brown hits the floor, and Pennington eventually comes away with it. Multiple bodies on the floor. It's gonna be a 4-on-4 break. Crusoe the other way to Autry, 3 in the corner. Too strong, bounces over the backboard. So Daniel Autry, fresh off the bench, has fired up 2 threes on his 2 catches, both of them just long. And this is a guy that comes in off the bench, plays about 22 minutes a game, and second leading scorer. So he's got the green light when he checks in. We've seen that here early. Zipper cut action, dribble handoff to Anthony Brown. Brown crosses back over into the paint, had it poked away. Pennington comes away with the steal. Statesman will look to run at every opportunity. Pennington into the paint. Kept his footing and gets the floater off and lost the, thought he was fouled. He didn't get the whistle. Jones McCrary found Ed Wright, and Ed Wright ahead of the pack gets the lay-in. Pioneers take an 8-5 lead. And their best offense early has been in transition. Get back and score before Chance Crusoe and Munir Newton get a chance to play half-court defense, because they do that really well. Crusoe one-on-one with Anthony Brown on the right side. Gets it to Newton off a curl cut. Newton kicks it right back to Crusoe. Chance gets a switch, takes a pull-up jumper over the top of Jones McCrary. Missed it, but there's Munir Newton to clean things up. He couldn't get the putback to drop. Pioneers fortunate, giving up some offensive rebounds. Haven't been punished for it yet. Elmore, spin move, got tripped up. They're going to get him for the travel. I think they missed a inadvertent trip. Lost his footing and didn't get the benefit of the contact. So turnover, it'll be Penn basketball. Second time in this young season we've seen the Pioneers play in these baby blue jerseys at home against a dark blue jersey. I've never seen a blue versus blue matchup until this season. We're getting it a couple of times, Pioneers with the alternate uniforms. Crusoe's pull-up jumper from 15 feet, uncontested, and he can hit that shot. Rattles out. Pioneers still clinging to that 8-5 lead, and several subs headed to the table for William Penn, maybe all 5 guys going to exit the game. Anthony Brown, one-on-one with Crusoe, got it off the glass and up and in. Anthony Brown just absorbing the contact, kept that pivot foot down, and finally got back to his strong hand, got it off the glass over Crusoe, who throws the skip pass to Autry. He lost it out of bounds. Good hands by Makai Elmore. Makai got a piece of it, but poked it off of Autry for the turnover. And we'll see 5 new Statesmen enter the ballgame. Just 1 new Pioneer. Brooks Lenger, the first Pioneer off the bench to enter the ballgame, as he is just about every contest. But we've got Daniel Rosenberg, Brian Rios, Malik Edwards back in. Glad to see that he's okay. Rodrigo Soros and Javen Brown into the ballgame now for William Penn. And Rios out top on Elmore. Pioneers go right inside to Jones McCrary, who's going to have a significant size advantage with Eddie Daly out of the ballgame, and he goes right to the bucket and earns himself a trip to the line. They're going to get Rodrigo Soros with a personal. Amazingly, that is the first team foul on either side. 6 minutes into a ballgame with 2 ranked teams playing very physical, and that's the first foul call in the ballgame, either way. Caleb can't connect on the first free throw attempt. His free throw percentage has been steadily climbing here in this young season. Knocks down the second. So dribble handoff action gets Soros into the paint, and he's going to go to the line for 2. It's going to be a blocking foul on Anthony Brown. So Malik Edwards, the lone starter in the basketball game for William Penn, and Henry taking all 4 of his other starters off the floor. Not thrilled with the start that they got here in the Cook Center, which has been one of the few places William Penn has struggled in their time in the Heart of America Conference. You're talking about the flagship program in the Heart. They've won the conference time and time again since they've joined, and always a national powerhouse. But Pioneers have come out on top of the Statesmen a couple of times here in the Cook Center. Looking to do so again tonight. Anthony Brown gets the step-up screen from Elmore into the paint. Crossover, got the floater up, and that's a shot he makes at a high percentage just off the back rim. Here comes Edwards, left all alone. The Red Sea parted, and he got to go right down the middle, lays it in with the left hand. Transition defense there. Opened right up for Malik Edwards, and I'm sure transition defense was #1 on the scouting report against William Penn. Jones McCrary responds with a strong move on the left side, gets the layup to drop. He's got 5. The Pioneers lead by 5. Edwards, that should be an offensive foul. They're going to get Elmore for a block, I think, but Edwards extending that off arm. Mackay picks up his first personal. Second team foul on the Pioneers. Ed Wright will check back into the ballgame. Soares to inbound. Gets it to Rios in the corner. His short corner jumper off the mark, but an offensive rebound keeps things alive for William Penn, and that was Javen Brown, but Brown mishandled the little in and out dribble and lost it out of bounds. Another turnover for William Penn. Edwards, Malik Edwards was 7 of the Statesmen's 8 points here early on, and the lone starter in the ball game. Quick duck into Caleb Jones McCrary, and his jump hook off the mark. Daniel Rosenberg came over and helped. Didn't block the shot, but certainly altered it. But last touch on William Penn, so Pioneers going to keep possession on the baseline. They look to go inside, have to throw it out top to Brooks Langer. Swings around the perimeter to Ed Wright. Wright gets it to Caleb Jones McCrary with the switch. McCrary, baseline drive, had it blocked that time by Rosenberg. Got it right back in transition, and that's going to be an offensive foul. I think the officials missed that one, as they're going to get Caleb for an offensive foul. Coach Hepker saying he was in the restricted area, and even if he wasn't, not sure he was set. Sliding to his left. Questionable whistle at home. Jones McCrary gets his first personal. You see the replay there. May have been outside the restricted area, but was certainly still sliding. Malik Edwards gets things set. Top of the key for the Statesman. Jones McCrary jumps the passing lane. Watch your head. Caleb with the two-handed slam. Nobody can slide under him and take a charge on that play. Jones McCrary now with 7 after the highlight dunk. Rosenberg looking for Rios on the curl cut. Anthony Brown got a hand on it. Here's another fast break. Jones McCrary looking for Ed Wright. Bounce pass was stolen away. Rosenberg got back just in time. Here comes Edwards in transition. Edwards stop and pop 3, top of the key, too strong. Another offensive rebound. Story of the first 8 minutes of this ball game. And they're going to get an offensive foul on Javen Brown going for that offensive rebound. 2 hands in the back. First personal on Brown and second team foul on the Statesman. Kobe Reese will enter the ball game now for the Pioneers. Give Jones McCrary a well-earned breather. Along with Jonel Aponte in for the Pioneers for the first time. Aponte, a sharpshooting transfer out of Kissimmee, Florida. Kobe Reese, the big fella inside, transfer from Spokane, Washington. Ed Wright, pretty move. Got the defender off his feet. Eddie Daly and Chance Crusoe check back in for William Penn. So Crusoe, Edwards, and Daly, 3 starters back into the ball game now. They will leave Daniel Rosenberg and Javen Brown. Crusoe right to the cup, drive and kick action. Kicks it out to Javen Brown. Back to Crusoe right side. He gets a step-up ball screen from Eddie Daly. Daly rolls into the post, got a switch with Ed Wright. Great pass, great cut. Chance Crusoe with the assist to a cutting Malik Edwards. Edwards again, he's got 9 of William Penn's 10. Ed Wright turns it over, going the other way. Lost it on the spin move. Thought it was poked away, but officials say last touch on Ed Wright. Rosenberg attacking Anthony Brown left side. Looking for Eddie Daly, and it was poked away by Kobe Reese. And now Kobe running the floor ahead of the pack. Lost his footing, had to kick it out to Brooks Langer. Pioneers will reset, run some offense. Ed Wright. Pitch Jonel Aponte, shaking up out of the corner. Aponte's 3 left short. Daly came down with it in traffic, and Statesman off and running. Daly, he can shoot that top of the key three. Off the mark this time, plenty capable. The 6'11" big fella can pick and pop and get hot from the three-point line. We've seen him do it time and time again in his William Penn career. Munir Newton and James Pennington back into the ball game now. Alexander back in for the Pioneers. So traditional starting five for William Penn, all on the floor. Aponte and Anthony Brown sharing the ball handling responsibilities with Mekhi Elmore on the bench. Under 10 media timeout coming. Try to steal a couple of minutes with Elmore on the bench, and good hands by Chance Crusoe. Such a good defender. Poked it away from Brown. Alexander stole it right back. Aponte into the paint. Picked it up, found Kobe Reese. Little pressure relief, and Ed Wright going to have to handle the basketball here. Again, Pioneers look just a bit out of sync with Elmore off the floor. He's their true point guard. And Jake Alexander bails him out. Knocks down a big triple on the right wing to give the Pioneers a 10-point lead. 20-10's your score. Edwards in transition. This one's too strong off the mark. Another offensive rebound, but Munir Newton turned it over. Here come the Pioneers in transition. They've got numbers. Right to the cup. Scores over the top of Pennington. Ed Wright, that's a difficult finish in transition. He's got 6. Pioneers lead by 12. Crusoe enters the post. Daly one-on-one with Reese. Goes back to that baseline spin and gets the reverse layup to go with the left hand. Fancy footwork in the post from Daly. And Ed Wright back the other way with the big guard basket. That's a weight room bucket. Ed Wright absorbs the contact, finishes off the glass. He's got 8. Eddie Daly again in transition gets the easy basket in response. Daly's got the last 4 for William Penn. Pioneers lead by 10 and have kept a quick pace here in the first half. William Penn, one of the few teams in the heart of America that want to run with the Pioneers. And they're going to jump into a 2-3 zone. Penn, traditionally a high pressure, ball pressure man-to-man defensive team, but we have seen them play a lot of 2-3 in certain seasons, depending on the lineup from Coach Henry, and they go 2-3 zone there and come up with a stop. Newton, transition, going to go to the line. Munir Newton, a 6'5" sophomore. Such a versatile player, can play inside out, gets the rebound, takes it coast to coast. And when we come back from the under 10 media timeout, it'll be Newton at the line for 2. So 9 minutes to go in the first half. Pioneers with a 24-14 lead over the number 17 ranked William Penn Statesman. MNUsports.com. So it'll be Munir Newton at the line with a chance to get on the scoreboard as he's been quiet offensively here early. Gets the first one to drop. Newton, who's started every game for the Statesmen and shoots 65% from the field because he's at the rim, mostly post-up baskets, layups, and dunks, gets both free throws to drop. Elmore gets it to Anthony Brown. They're going to look to go over the top to Jones McCrary. They do. Eddie Daly got a piece of it, but Caleb's still able to come down with the basketball ultimately and then had his shot blocked out of bounds. It'll be last touch by Daly. Pioneers keep it on the baseline. Elmore will inbound. Kai gets it into Caleb, top of the key. Dribble handoff action to Anthony Brown. Brown into the paint. Floater over the top of the 6'11". Eddie Daly gets it to go. Tough shot from Anthony Brown. Thought he was fouled too on the way down. Didn't matter. Newton, ISO on the right block for Pennington, and Ed Wright, great hands, poked it away, and it's going to be Pioneer basketball. What a play defensively by Ed Wright. They went right to James Pennington in the post on a little one-on-one ISO, and Ed Wright got a hand on it, gets an extra possession for the Pioneers. Zipper action for Anthony Brown. High ball screen, uses it. Hesitation, got Crusoe off his feet, got right back into the paint, missed the floater. Great move, didn't finish. Pioneers still holding on to that 10-point lead. It's going to be 8 now as Munir Newton lays one in off the pretty feed from Malik Edwards. You go to Brown on the post. Crusoe got a hand on the hip, but tough to move in there. That is a strong 6'1", and there's the hand on the hip call. Crusoe whistled for the personal foul. It's just his first. I mean, Crusoe, 6'1", listed at 185, but is rock solid. Does not move an inch when he takes that little bump to the chest. Brown still one-on-one in the post. Going to get to that fadeaway. Got to it. Couldn't get the basket to drop. Crusoe comes up with the stop, swings it to Munir Newton. He doesn't shoot it from out there. He'll shoot it from the rim, though, right to the bucket. Lays it in with his right hand. And Munir Newton's got the last 6 for William Penn. All of a sudden, it's a 6-point ball game, and that's what William Penn can do. They go on runs in a hurry, score points in bunches off turnovers. Alexander right to the rim, couldn't get the layup to drop. Jones McCrary was there for the putback, but couldn't come down with it. Elmore, great play in transition, poked away the would-have-been layup, saved a basket, and Ed Wright with the behind-the-back fake. The Rajon Rondo fake behind the back goes to the line for one more. What a finish by Wright. He was fouled by Pennington, and Ed Wright now in double figures with 10 and a chance to add to it.
Number 5, Chance Crusoe. That's his second 16 foul.
Excuse me, they're going to get Chance Crusoe for the personal, not Pennington. So Chance will check out of the ball game. That's good news for the Pioneers, as I'm not sure there's another player in the heart of America that as well suited to defend Anthony Brown. And now number 5 in the navy blue has to take a seat with 2 personals. Ed Wright knocks down the free throw. He's got 11 and pushes the Pioneer lead back to 9. Munir Newton, isolated top of the key, gets downhill to his right hand, and he's going to go to the line for one more. Newton, a strong take, top of the key isolation. And he's difficult to handle when he gets going downhill to that right hand. Got to make him go left, dare him to hit a jump shot. Newton off the mark on the and 1 foul shot. Pioneers lead by 7. Elmore gets offense started to Anthony Brown. They're going to go right back to Mackay. It's the play they try to get Elmore going downhill to his left hand, but Pennington did a nice job blowing up the dribble handoff. Right to the cup, left-handed layup off the mark. No whistle, William Penn in transition. They go to Pennington in the corner, turns down the 3. He's looking to post the smaller Mackay Elmore. Here comes a double team. Jones McCrary came over in relief, and he has to kick it out to Autry. Good defense by Jake Alexander to force the extra pass. Autry, a sharpshooter, made him give it up and make a lesser shooter take the 3-point attempt, come away with a stop. It's great scouting report defense by Alexander. Caleb one-on-one with Eddie Daly, 2 of the premier 5 men in the conference. Went to that spin move, couldn't get it to drop. Physical play in the post, being let go both ways early. And there's Munir Newton behind the defense, gets the dunk. Just a breakdown in transition defense as Munir Newton now has 10 points to lead all statesmen. And Coach Hepker want to talk things over. 30-second timeout, MNUsports.com. Pioneers lead by 5. Mid-America basketball after the 30-second timeout. Under 6 minutes to go, first half. Pioneers lead the number 17 ranked Statesman by 5. Elmore out of the timeout, looking to get inside to Anthony Brown. They do. Pennington gambled, didn't come down with it. Kick out. Elmore's three from the slot rattles out. Daniel Autry comes down with the rebound. Statesmen are off and running. Rosenberg over the top to Daly. Daly got a switch, was posting the smaller Ed Wright. There's Autry in the paint, floater up and in. So Daniel Autry, the second leading scorer for the Statesmen, now on the board, his first two. Elmore trying to get it inside to Jones McCrary, but good interior defense by Daly. Ed Wright right back to the cup. Finishes the hoop and the harm. Ed Wright single-handedly keeping the Pioneers alive here in the first half. He's got 13, a chance to add to it. The offense from the last 4 or 5 minutes of game time has been Ed Wright get to the bucket. Couple of and ones, a couple of layups in transition. And Wright, who is just about automatic at the line, can't get the free throw to drop. Over 90% on the season. Brooks Langer back into the ballgame for the Pioneers. Anthony Brown going to take a break. And William Penn right away goes at Mekhi Elmore in the post, and Elmore holds his ground. That ball was absolutely out of bounds off of number 0, Daniel Rosenberg. And the officials are going to say last touch by the Pioneers, and William Penn keeps possession. Quick duck in on the out of bounds play, and that's a makeup call. That's 100% a makeup call. They're going to get Eddie Daly. I'll take it. Eddie Daly's an excellent player, and now he picks up a personal foul, just his first. But they're going to get Daly for the offensive foul on the quick duck in because they realize they missed the out of bounds call. That's what happened right there. Pioneers going to try to get Ed Wright another touch going downhill. They get to him up top. Here comes the high ball screen. Wright in the paint. Difficult shot over the top of the 6'11 Daly. Ed Wright absolutely feeling it here in the first half. He's got 15 after the pull-up goes. Daly and Jones McCrary are having a war on the block on every single possession, and they are just letting them play. Autry kicks out to the corner. Munir Newton into the paint. Elmore did a nice job coming over and help. He forced that miss. Newton had to change his path. Unfortunately, it ended up in the hands of Daniel Autry at the top of the key, who knocks down a triple. He can really shoot it from the three-point line. The Statesmen, not many of them are sharpshooters, but oh my goodness. Alexander, what a finish. Caught the lob pass from Ed Wright, and instead of coming down with it, gets the reverse layup to drop. Heck of a play by Alexander, and it's answered by James Pennington. Pennington hits a contested pull-up, so back and forth action here in the Cook Center. These are two teams that are absolutely going to finish at the top of the standings in some order of the Heart of America Conference. If they had live odds on it in Las Vegas, I'd say both of these teams are going to the national tournament, and you're seeing why here with some high-level basketball in the first half. Aponte checks back in for the Pioneers. Elmore's going to take a rest as the last couple of possessions, William Penn has targeted him on the defensive end. Eddie Daly, three ball from the top of the key off the back rim. Aponte gets the long rebound and pushes the pace. Gets it to Brooks Langer left side. Langer lost it and had to kick it out to Aponte. Pioneers reset the offense. Going to push Aponte through, dribble handoff action with McCrary. Jones McCrary to right. Ed Wright gets the basket to go. He has been way too much to handle offensively in the first half. 17 big points. Pioneers have needed every bit of it. They lead by 6. Pennington directing traffic out top. Pro cut action. They're going to look to go to Munir Newton in the post. Eddie Daly out top. Gets to Autry off of the curl, and Autry shot off the mark. An offensive rebound and a putback by Newton off the mark. Jones McCrary, give him a block shot there. Forced the miss. Anthony Brown comes away with the rebound, and that's a big stop for the Pioneers. Empty side ball screen. Wright rejects it. Baseline drive. Extra pass. Brooks Langer's three from the left wing. Too strong. Good extra pass by Aponte. Passed up a good shot. Got a great one for Langer. And back the other way, Munir Newton with the stuff. Newton has been impressive here in the first half. It's going to be Pioneer basketball on the deflection. I'm not sure Munir Newton has taken a shot outside of 5 feet, but he's got 12 points, a couple of dunks, living at the rim, going to his right hand. And he's going to check out of the ballgame. That's good news for the Pioneers. Javen Brown checks back in for William Penn. Ed Wright, left side, gets a screen from Jones McCrary. Pull-up jumper. Gets the bucket to go, and the William Penn bench has a lot to say to Anthony Brown and Ed Wright on their way back down the floor. I wouldn't be talking too much to number 5 in the baby blue jerseys. He's got 19 in the first half. Pennington gets the and one to go. Shot fake, got Ed Wright off his feet. That's going to be the first personal on Wright, and Pennington's hit back-to-back pull-up jumpers. And Jake Alexander back into the ballgame, going to give Ed Wright a blow. He's gassed, has carried the load offensively here in the first half. So the lineup is Aponte and Langer, Alexander, Anthony Brown, and Jones McCrary. But Eddie Daly also out of the ballgame now, so we'll see if the Pioneers get Jones McCrary a touch on the block. High ball screen. Anthony Brown has his pocket picked. Good defense by Javen Brown, all alone, going to lay it in. Again, Pioneers playing without a point guard right now. It's a one-point ball game in the Cook Center, 39-38. Pioneers hanging on to a lead. Haven't trailed since the opening possession. Brooks Langer drives baseline, cut off, kicks it out to Jones McCrary. Caleb gets downhill to his left hand, pretty move. Caleb Jones McCrary with the bucket. He's got 9. Pioneers lead by 3. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Soares off the mark. Anthony Brown gets the rebound and will slow the pace a bit. Empties out a side, goes one-on-one with Brown. Gets into the post, has a size advantage with Javen Brown. And Anthony Brown fouled on the jump hook, got the bucket to go, and they're not going to give him the and one. Going to say the foul's on the floor.
Foul's on number 21, Javen Brown.
Anthony will go to the line for 2 because that's the 9th team foul on William Penn, so 1-and-1 opportunity here, excuse me. Not at the line for 2. Let's hope it's for 2. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. So rebound for Pennington. Pioneers still with that 3-point lead. Autry got Langer off his feet, drove baseline, had it stolen away. Great hands from Anthony Brown. Stole away the baseline drive by Daniel Autry, and Anthony goes baseline. One-on-one with Javen Brown. Again, got the size advantage, gets to that jump hook, and that's a bucket. Extends the Pioneer lead to 5, 40 seconds to go first half. Statesman went quick. We're thinking about a 2-for-1. Not going to be available now. Soares, 3 from the wing, left it short, and Pennington and Aponte battle for the rebound. Eventually, Anthony Brown comes away with it, and the Pioneers will slow the pace and take the last possession of this first half. 20 seconds to go in the first. The shot clock is off. Anthony Brown isolated out top with Javen Brown. Here comes a high ball screen from Jones McCrary. Refused it. Drives baseline, hook past Alexander, and Jake Alexander couldn't come down with it. Was thinking dunk as he had a lane to the basket and just couldn't handle the pass cleanly. So William Penn has 5 seconds. That's all kinds of time for Malik Edwards to create. Aponte going to pick him up full, just make him think about it. Edwards takes a sidestep triple from the wing and doesn't draw iron. Air ball is going to end the first half. So your Pioneers take a 43-38 lead into the break against the number 17 ranked, undefeated in Hart Conference play, William Penn Statesman. We got a 15-minute halftime break. We'll be back with second half of action in the Cook Center. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Well, welcome back into the Cook Center, where we're set for second half of action between your Mid-American Nazarene Pioneers and the visiting William Penn University Statesmen. Pioneers were led in the first half by Ed Wright with big 19 points. Anthony Brown with 6 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists in the first half. And Jake Alexander, 7. Caleb Jones-McCrary, 9. The Statesmen were led by Munir Newton with 12 and Malik Edwards with 9 points in the first half. Right out of the gate, backdoor play for Anthony Brown. It was there. Pass was deflected off the leg of a Statesman defender, and they're off and running in transition. Edwards going to take a 3 from the corner, buries it. So a turnover on the first possession for the Pioneers leads to a transition 3 for Malik Edwards, and it's a 2-point ball game. Ed Wright off the screen from Jones-McCrary. Gets into the paint, had to pick his dribble up, got rid of it. Ball swung around the perimeter, looking to go inside to Jones-McCrary. They do. One-on-one with Eddie Daly, and then Edwards came from the corner and poked it away from behind. Munir Newton off and running in transition. Second wave to Eddie Daly. That's got to be a travel. It is. So bobbled the catch, took a couple extra steps, and Pioneers fortunate. William Penn had a great transition opportunity and did not capitalize. So 2-point Pioneer lead. Elmore swings across to Jones-McCrary. They're going to go to Anthony Brown one-on-one in the post with Crusoe. Anthony into the paint, lost it, had to flip one up to Jones-McCrary. He just couldn't control the basketball there. Was not his intent, but just lost the basketball, and Pennington transitioned through the other way. Off the mark, and Makai Elmore skies for the defensive rebound. Here comes Wright in transition. Hangs, hits. Ed Wright with 21. And another tough basket in transition. Plays off at 2 feet, absorbs contact, and gets the bucket to go. Little double clutch layup off the left side. Crusoe flips it back to Malik Edwards. Now Pennington trying to go one-on-one in the post to Daly. Eddie Daly, 2 dribbles to the middle, gets the left-handed scoop shot to drop. Daly now with 6. Jones-McCrary fakes the dribble handoff to Alexander. Instead goes to Ed Wright in the corner. Wright got the switch, goes inside to Jones-McCrary. Shot fake, got Daly off his feet, took the contact, no whistle, and Daly gets the block. Here come the Statesmen in transition, a chance to tie it up. Crusoe does just that. Gets the layup to go. We're tied at 45. Makai Elmore into the paint. Going to be whistled for the offensive foul. Pennington beat him to the spot. Makai was going downhill to his left hand, and they got him with that off arm. Makai now has 2. First team foul of the half. All tied up at 45. Statesman going to go right back into the post to Daly if they can. Eddie going to set that step-up ball screen for Malik Edwards. Edwards takes a sidestep triple and buries it. Edwards now up to 15. Has hit 2 threes here early going in the second half. Anthony Brown, 3 of his own from the top of the key, answers. Ties the score at 48. Edwards working one-on-one with Elmore, goes to Crusoe. Crusoe gets downhill, lost his footing, and they're going to get a tripping foul, I think. Jones-McCrary got his feet tangled up. It is on Jones-McCrary, his second.
That's his second team foul.
Have to throw it all the way out to the 3-point line on the inbounds to Eddie Daly. Newton, handoff to Crusoe. Swings it back to Edwards off a staggered double. He gets to the elbow, pull-up jumper off the mark. Tied at 48, Elmore brings it across in transition. Goes to Ed Wright, left side. He's been the hot hand. One-on-one with Malik Edwards. Goes into the post, spin move. Jumper off the glass, that's a bucket. Reaching deep into his bag. 50-48. Ed Wright with half the Pioneer points. Edwards off the curl, gets to that elbow. Again, misses the pull-up jumper from the elbow. Both of them look good. Just off the back rim, but another offensive rebound. This one for Pennington. Crusoe, pull-up jumper. Rattles out. And there's the freshman point guard Elmore with the rebound. Pioneers in transition. It's Anthony Brown. Stops, thought about a 3, turned it down. Gets into the paint, floater. How does that not go in? Hit every part of the rim and rolls out. In transition, Pennington, 3 from the wing, left it short. Munir Newton comes down with the offensive rebound in traffic and goes through about 3 baby blue jerseys for the layup. He's got 14. They're going to get Edwards, Malik Edwards, with a personal in transition. That's just his first. No foul trouble for the Statesmen. A couple of Pioneers with 2, nobody with 3. Elmore has to get it in and was looking for Jake Alexander on a lob play, but Pennington deflected the pass out of bounds. Mackay throws it all the way out top. Jones McCrary has to track it down near midcourt. Dribble handoff with Ed Wright. Step back 3. Off the mark. Offensive rebound by Jones McCrary was poked away by Crusoe, but out of bounds. Pioneers are going to steal a possession thanks to the offensive rebounding effort of Caleb Jones McCrary. Elmore has it out near the timeline. They're going to go to Ed Wright off a stagger double. Nope, Anthony Brown off a single. Turns, gets the side ball screen from Jones McCrary. And they go to him in the post. Isolated on the right block. Spins, jump hook, got it to go. Tough basket from Caleb Jones McCrary. Eddie Daly trying to answer, goes right back into the paint, ducked in hard. They didn't get it to him. Instead, they go to Malik Edwards at the top of the key, and he hits another one. He's hit 3 threes here in the first 5 minutes of the second half, and he gives the Statesmen a 53-52 lead. Right, downhill to his left hand. Dropped it off to Jones McCrary in the middle of the lane, left the jump hook short, and Crusoe comes away with it. He's going to push the tempo in transition to the basket. Great defense in transition by Anthony Brown, forced the miss, and now the Pioneers have numbers. Right, ahead of the pack, Jones McCrary gets the easy layup. Ed Wright the assist, and Jones McCrary now with 13. Pioneers back on top by 1. Malik Edwards, who averages 17 points a game, has 18 already, and is having a conversation with the officials. I think he's bleeding from the lip. So referees are going to stop the game and get Malik Edwards a chance to stop the bleeding, literally. You can't stay in the game with blood on a jersey or an open wound. And we'll get action set to resume. It's still William Penn basketball. Jonel Aponte checks in for Elmore. And he's tasked with guarding the hot hand of Malik Edwards. Edwards isolated left side. And offensive foul away from the ball. They're going to get James Pennington for an illegal screen. They were trying to set a little shuffle screen for Eddie Daly to get into the post. And Pennington, moving screen, gets hit with the turnover. Brown to right, left side. They go back into the post. Caleb playing one-on-one with Daly. Into the lane. Goes right over the top. Good defense by Daly that time. Forced the miss. Alexander crashed for the rebound. Couldn't pull it down. Statesman off and running in transition. And Crusoe threw it out of bounds on the baseline. I think Anthony Brown got a finger on it. So it's going to be Statesman basketball on the baseline. Jones McCrary and Daly having as physical of a one-on-one matchup as I've seen in quite some time in the post. Malik Edwards just walks to the rim and lays it in. Got to credit Eddie Daly for clearing out a ton of space there. Just post it up and push Jones McCrary up the lane line. Malik Edwards has 20. Statesman back on top by 1. Alexander looking to answer, and he's bumped by Newton. They're going to get Munir Newton with that tripping foul. And Brooks Langer into the ballgame now for Alexander. Daniel Autry, Rodrigo Soares, and Javen Brown all into the ballgame for the Statesmen. Langer and Aponte, the subs, in for the Pioneers. Anthony Brown looking to inbound, has to throw it all the way out to half court. Wright tracks it down. Ed Wright one-on-one with Brown. Blow by, hesitation, got hit in the head. What a play. Ed Wright with the hesitation, kept it in his left hand, just had his eyes dart to the rim and left Javen Brown in the dust. Brown hit him in the head hard. Coach Hepker asking him to take a look at it. Anytime you get contact to the head, they're going to take a look and make sure it wasn't excessive. So Ed Wright will be at the free throw line when we come back, see if we have an additional flagrant assessed to the foul, as the officials are going to go to the monitor and review. We'll take a quick timeout at MNUsports.com. So the officials are going to assess a flagrant 1 foul because there was a wind-up and contact to the head of Ed Wright. So that'll be the 3rd personal on Javen Brown. But the flagrant penalty 1 will send Ed Wright to the line while everyone else hangs out at midcourt. Wright capitalizes, and the benefit here is Ed was going to go to the line for 2 shots no matter what, but now it's going to be 2 shots and the basketball for the Pioneers. So Ed Wright now with 25 points, and the Pioneers find themselves with a 56-55 lead over number 17, William Penn. 13.5 to go in the ballgame. They get it to Wright off a stagger double. Ed goes right back to the cup, hangs and couldn't get that one to go, but Caleb Jones-McCrary there to clean it up. Another offensive rebound and a putback for the big fella, and he's been very effective in all the minutes that Eddie Daly has been on the bench. Got to take advantage of that short time as Daniel Autry buries a triple and ties us at 58. Autry, a microwave off the bench, just can get hot in a hurry. He's got 8 points. Come in and hit a couple of threes for the Statesmen. Maybe their lone sharpshooter, where that's what he does best, is shoot the 3-ball. The rest of the Statesmen are athletic and prefer to get to the bucket, although Malik Edwards has been on fire from the 3-point line tonight. Caleb answers with a jump hook again, going to work while Daly's out of the ballgame. And here come the Pioneers. Langer with the steal. Gets it to Aponte in transition. Jonell turns it down. Goes drive and kick. Extra pass to Anthony Brown. Turns down the 3. They're going to go right back inside to Jones-McCrary. Watch your head. Caleb Jones-McCrary with the dunk. Is way too much to handle in the paint right now for the Statesmen. When 23 in the dark blue is out of the ballgame, it has been the Caleb Jones-McCrary show in the paint. Crusoe bumping in the post with Ed Wright, gives it up to Newton. Munir Newton goes inside at Jones-McCrary, tries to answer. Caleb forces the miss, but another offensive rebound, and Newton's going to go to the line for 2. Caleb picks up his 3rd personal foul. Munir Newton, 6'5", 210, and Rodrigo Soares, 6'4", 210, are the front court players on the floor right now for William Penn. And Caleb standing at 6'8" with long arms, able to go up and over the top on the offensive end, but Newton, so physical, bullies his way to the rim for the offensive rebound. Gets the first foul shot to go. And there comes Big Eddie Daly back to the scorer's table. Eddie Daly, I would need to double check this, but I believe has led the Heart of America in block shots before in his career at William Penn. So certainly a defensive presence. And Munir Newton misses the 2nd foul shot, and he's going to take a seat. Anthony Brown handles the ball as the point guard. You run that 5-double staggered screen, get Anthony going downhill to his right hand. Still one-on-one with Crusoe. Chance got under it. Brown into the paint. Kept that pivot foot down and draws the contact, going to go to the line for 2. Anthony's so good in that mid-post area. Looking to get in double figures here at the free throw line. It's the 3rd personal foul on Chance Crusoe. And Chance, again, I've said it over and over tonight, but he's one of those guys that can really change the temperature of a basketball game and doesn't have to shoot it, doesn't have to score the ball to do so. Has done a great job making Anthony Brown work. Anthony, a guy averaging over 20 points a game and shooting 65% from the floor, has had to earn every single one of his 10 points here. Ed Wright picking up the slack along with Jones McCrary. They're going to give Caleb a blow here and let big Kobe Reese bang in the post with Eddie Daly here. Crusoe calls out the set. It's a 1-4 high look. Javin Brown goes off the pro cut. And catches on the left wing is Rodrigo Soares, and he buries the triple. So well-executed set play. Got Soares a catch-and-shoot 3 on the wing, and he takes advantage. Zoom action, a dribble handoff into a pin-down screen into a dribble handoff. Isolated pick and roll on the wing, right. Into the paint, spin move, all the way to the cup. Good hands, Chance Crusoe poked it out of bounds. Stopped what would have been another layup for Wright. Alexander in for Aponte. Wright to inbound, goes to Kobe Reese, top of the key. Dribble handoff action, faked it to Brown, swung it to Alexander, right wing. Jake tried to refuse the ball screen, instead got it to Kobe Reese on the pick and roll, and that's going to be the 4th personal foul on Chance Crusoe. Crusoe had to come over in help on the pick and roll, or Kobe Reese would have had a wide open dunk and just wrapped him up. So 4 personals on Crusoe. He's going to head to the bench. It'll send James Pennington back into the game, and Kobe Reese to the line for 2. Kobe takes advantage, knocks down the first foul shot. And Kobe Reese 2 for 2. Kobe always finds a way to make his presence felt in his relief minutes for Jones McCrary. Whether it's an offensive rebound or a basket in the post, finds himself at the line. William Penn runs the exact same set play for Soares, just on the opposite wing. This time Soares couldn't get the 3 to go, but another offensive rebound. This one, Javin Brown came down with it and draws the foul on Jake Alexander, so Javin Brown will head to the line. Second personal on Jake, 15th foul on the Pioneers, and we're going to see a lot of free throws down the stretch as William Penn already with 6 team fouls. Pioneers will be in the bonus for the remaining 11 minutes of this ball game, and Pioneers with 5, so just 1 to give. Makai Elmore checks back in. They're going to give Ed Wright a breather with just 45 seconds to go before the under 10 media timeout. He can steal a little bit of an extra rest here. They go to Anthony Brown off the staggered screen. Brown hits Kobe Reese rolling to the basket. Reese kicks it out to Langer. Ball popping around the perimeter. Now Elmore off the ball screen. Has to swing it back to Jake Alexander. Late shot clock. Elmore into the paint, had it stripped. Soares poked it away. And here comes Autry. Flips it back to Pennington. Pennington gets into the paint. Got Jake Alexander off his feet. Nice move from James Pennington. Shot fake up and under for the layup. William Penn back on top, 66-65. And Anthony Brown going to head back to the free throw line. They're going to get Autry for the bump. That's the 7th team foul, so it's going to be a 1-and-1 for Anthony Brown. knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1, ties us at 66. And we'll stay there. 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Media timeout coming at the next dead ball. Javin Brown off the high ball screen from Daly, flips it back to Daniel Autry. They go one-on-one in the post. Eddie Daly spins. Double team comes, and it's going to be a turnover. That did not touch Alexander, went right through his legs, so it's going to be Pioneer basketball. Brooks Langer and Kobe Reese forced the turnover on the post double for Eddie Daly. And we're headed to the fourth quarter with a tie ball game. Pioneers and the number 17 ranked William Penn Statesmen are all knotted up at 66. We got a full timeout on MNUsports.com. Mid-America basketball to get us started in the fourth quarter of action. Tied at 66. Elmore sets things up, goes top of the key to Anthony Brown. They run an elevator screen for Langer on the right side, but Brown uses it as an isolation to get to his left hand and gets to the paint for the bucket. He's so much more effective when Crusoe is out of the ball game. Goes right into the paint and scores. Pioneers take a 2-point lead. Daly looking to answer. Hand off with Pennington. Pennington probes, gets baseline all the way to the cup. Reverse layup, no good. Langer's going to come down with the rebound. Anthony Brown going to bring it across the timeline. Has a size advantage with Javin Brown. They go to Kobe Reese off the pick and roll, and it's stripped. Pennington gets the steal. They've got a 3-on-2 break. Pennington drops it off for Brown. Javin Brown's layup is good and one. They're going to get Anthony Brown for a foul. In what has been an incredibly physical game. That's one of the softer calls I've seen all season. Anticipated more contact than what actually came, certainly. But they're going to get Anthony Brown for his second personal. And Javin Brown will go to the line for one more. Brown knocks down the free throw, and Malik Edwards will check in for him. Edwards has been the go-to scoring option for the Statesmen today, and all season, really. He's their leading scorer. Statesmen show 2-3 zone, trying to change the rhythm. Brown off the high ball screen, into the paint, floater, bucket. In case of emergency, use Anthony Brown as a flotation device. 70-69. Pioneer lead, and Langer pokes it away. Malik Edwards able to recover. Crossover move into the paint. One too many steps, missed it. Elmore comes down with the rebound, so a helter-skelter possession. Pioneers fortunate to get a stop. Elmore in transition. Stops at the elbow, pull-up jumper, nothing but net. Makai Elmore, the freshman with his first bucket of the ball game, couldn't come at a better time. Extends the lead to 3. Pennington answers, spins in the paint all the way to the cup, and he's fouled. I don't know if they're going to get Alexander or Jones McCrary. It's going to be Caleb. That's not the guy you want being whistled, because that's his fourth personal. And Kobe Reese going to hop off the bench and check in for him. Caleb been so good offensively here. And Kobe Reese going to have to do the job on Daly. Pennington knocks down the first. Ed Wright going to check back in as well. Watch Kobe Reese and Eddie Daly on the far block. A difficult box out. Daly almost 10 rebounds a game. Didn't matter as Pennington knocks down the free throws. Go Anthony Brown, top of the key. Thought about a three, shot faked, got into the paint, and skip pass was stolen away. Soares read it, jumped the passing lane, and he's on the break. And they're going to get Elmore for the whistle in transition. Mackay went for the ball, tried to get a steal, got Soares on the arm, and he's going to head to the line for two.
Fouls number 11, Mackay Elmore. That's his third personal.
Third personal on Mackay. An 8th team foul on the Pioneers, both teams in the bonus. Soares ties the game at 72. Soares 2 for 2 at the line. Gives the Statesmen a 1-point advantage. Ed Wright, isolated side, one-on-one with Malik Edwards. Crossover into the paint, took the contact, lost it. Going to be last touch off the Statesman. Interesting call. Last touch off Ed Wright, according to the baseline official. It looked like two different Statesmen got a piece of that basketball, but touched number 5 last apparently, and it's Statesman ball with a 1-point lead and a chance to extend. High ball screen for Pennington. Gets into the paint and an easy deuce for Eddie Daly. Ball screen defense broke down that time for the Pioneers. Just a high pick and roll. Pennington to Daly for the easy 2. Brown into the paint. Kicks was deflected. Mackay Elmore saved it and had it poked away. The William Penn bench somehow wanted that one to be Penn basketball as well. It was clearly poked out of bounds from behind. And it will be Mid-America basketball on the baseline when we come back. William Penn on top of the Pioneers, 75-72. 30-second timeout at MNUsports.com. Elmore will inbound on the baseline. Gets it top of the key to Anthony Brown. 15 on the shot clock. Brown, ISO top of the key, hesitates into the paint, stepped through and got the floater to drop. That is such a tough basket. Anthony Brown all of a sudden with 17 points. And we got a 1-point ball game in the Cook Center. Another high ball screen. Daly going to roll to the cup. Mackay Elmore had to switch onto the 6'11 Daly, and it didn't matter as Rodrigo Soares buries a 3. 78-74 lead for William Penn. Langer goes backdoor. Ball screen for Elmore. Mackay refuses, gets to that 15-footer and pulls up and hits it. Elmore's so good in that mid-range pull-up jumper. Responds, he's got 4, it's a 2-point game. Daly thought about a 3. He can shoot it from out there. He's 0 for 3 tonight, but not indicative of his ability. Pennington instead goes right to the rim for the easy layup. Straight line drive on the right side. Pennington now in double figures with 11. Anthony Brown, 3 from the wing, rattles out. Daly comes down with the rebound, and the Statesmen want to talk things over. They've got a 4-point lead with 6 minutes to go in the ball game, and William Penn's going to take a full timeout. 80-76 your score. We'll take a full timeout with them at MNUsports.com. Statesman basketball, 5:53 to go in the ball game. Malik Edwards, top of the key, uses a screen from Manir Newton. Into the paint on the left side, gets the layup to go. Just high ball screen, and Malik Edwards into the paint for the layup. The sophomore out of Drexel, Pennsylvania, has been a handful offensively. He's got 22 points in the game. Pushes the Statesman lead to 6. Anthony Brown looking to respond. Skip pass in the corner. Ed Wright had to go way up to catch that one. And he answers with a triple from the corner, so Ed Wright cuts the deficit in half. He's got 28. It's 82-79. The long skip pass from Anthony Brown, and that is such a difficult play to leave your feet, come down with the ball, and then raise up and shoot it. That's not where you practice your catch-and-shoot jumpers, but when it's your night, and Ed Wright's on fire. Pioneers are going to tie up Manir Newton. Possession arrow favors the Statesman. It'll stay here. Just 11 on the shot clock, and that arrow will flip back in the Pioneers' favor, which could become important here in the final 5 minutes. Statesman get it into Eddie Daly. Dribble handoff back to Pennington. One-on-one with Wright. Pull-up jumper. Rattles out. Good defense. Ed Wright heavily contested, but another offensive rebound. Caleb Jones-McCrary is battling in the paint. He's the only Pioneer surrounded by 3 Statesmen trying to get that defensive rebound. And officials were having a discussion about who the foul was going to be on. William Penn was hopeful that it would be on Jones-McCrary because that would have been his 5th. Instead, it was Brooks Langer that got Pennington on the arm, so Langer picks up his 2nd personal. And Pennington knocks down the free throw. James Pennington 2 for 2. Pennington, an 84% foul shooter, has been automatic at the line today. They go to Ed Wright, right side. Enter the post, Anthony Brown. One-on-one with Autry. Gets middle, fadeaway jumper, rattles out. Here comes Malik Edwards. The freshman Makai Elmore with the difficult task of guarding Edwards one-on-one all the way out top. Here comes a high flat ball screen, late shot clock, I would imagine. They run it all the way down to 12. Here comes the screen from Daly. Nothing doing. Good defense by Elmore so far, and then there's the blow by. Left hand in and out dribble. Edwards gets all the way to the cup and finishes. Wright in transition, fouled. Got the basket to go, it won't count. Going to call the foul on the floor, and it'll send Ed Wright to the line for 1-1.
Fouls on James Pennington. That was his 2nd, 8th team foul.
The foul was on James Pennington, his 2nd, the 8th team foul on William Penn. And Langer and Elmore will take a seat. Jonel Aponte and Jake Alexander back into the game. Just give a little bit more size defensively with Alexander and Aponte defending Pennington. Ed Wright, again, over a 90% foul shooter, now has 30 points in the ball game and cuts the Pioneers' deficit to 5. Malik Edwards again off that high screen. This time step back 3, hit it. Malik Edwards has done it in every which way in the second half. I think that's his 4th made 3 of the second half, but he's lived at the rim as well. He's got 27 and has been a handful for the Pioneers. Statesman content to run the shot clock all the way down and milk this game a little bit as they're ahead 89-81, and as I say that, James Pennington throws an errant pass to the corner. and turns the basketball over. So Pioneers fortunate, just 3:19 to go in the ball game, and down by 3 possessions at least, could be 4. Get it to Ed Wright. He gets to the paint, step back jumper, got it. So Ed Wright stays hot. Pioneers down 6, and they're going to hop into a 3-2 zone. Just anything to change the momentum, as Malik Edwards has been so comfortable here in the second half. So Pioneers going to show 3-2 zone. Put Anthony Brown at the top. Jones, McCrary, and Alexander roam the bottom of that 3-2, and Newton missed the easy layup. But the offensive rebound attempt was last touched by the Pioneers. And it'll be William Penn basketball baseline underneath. Pioneers going to match up on the out-of-bounds play. They don't want to stay zone on that baseline inbound. Back in their man-to-man defense, Ed Wright on Pennington. Dribble handoff to Autry, who takes a 3 from the wing, and he's going to go to the line for 3. Jake Alexander is going to be whistled for the foul as Autry got it off cleanly, but just took a bump to the body from Alexander. This is the last thing you want to see as a Pioneer is a shooter head to the line for 3. Especially a shooter like Daniel Autry, who's a 45% three-point shooter. 74% at the foul line, knocks down the first. Left free throw number 2 short. And Makai Elmore will check back in for the Pioneers, provide a little offensive spark. Maybe some offense-defense subs here late in the ball game. Autry goes 2 for 3 at the line. He's got 10 points. And they go right to Elmore left side, trying to get him downhill on Pennington. Pennington cuts him off. He has to kick it out to Ed Wright. Wright hesitates to the cup. Hangs, got fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2. So crafty with the basketball, draws contact. A right-handed player, but operates really well going to his left, especially off that hesitation move, and has shot it so well that you got to respect the head fake. Earns himself a trip to the charity stripe, hits the first. Kobe Reese going to check in for Jones McCrary, as again he has 4 fouls, but he is being tended to by the trainers over in the corner, so hopefully he's okay. I didn't see an injury happen there. Chance Crusoe back in for the Statesman, and he handles the ball out top. Crusoe, a veteran guard, played a lot of minutes in a Statesman uniform in conference championship games and national tournament games, and his presence will be big down the stretch. And there's a turnover by Edwards, his first mishap of the second half, as he's been lights out. Just lost control, dribbled it out of bounds. 6-point ball game. Pioneers looking to respond. They go to Ed Wright off a stagger double. He's going to try a 3 from the slot, buries it. Ed Wright has 37, and we got a 1-possession game in the Cook Center. 91-88 your score. Crusoe into the paint. Somehow that ball rolled out of there, and Munir Newton came down with it, gets the putback to go, and he's going to go to the line for 1 more. Chance Crusoe got all the way into the paint. 2 Pioneers bid on the shot fake, and his little 5-foot jumper off the glass somehow didn't go in, but Munir Newton cleaned up the mess in the worst case scenario for the Pioneers. Newton just a 50% free throw shooter, so not a guarantee, but Eddie Daly comes down with the offensive rebound. Daly, we've talked about it a bunch, is such a good rebounder. He's a handful on the block. Steals another possession for the Statesmen, and they're going to run this clock down. Late shot clock. Crusoe kicks it out. Eddie Daly, that could be a dagger. Off the mark. Pioneers fortunate. Come away with the ball down 5 and a minute and a half to play. Right to the cup. Fouled, and he got the bucket to go. Are you kidding me? Ed Wright has 39, a chance to make it 40. And has given the Pioneers a chance here late. It is a 1-possession ball game, and he can make it 2 points. with his 40th point here at the line. Commentator cursed, but there's Jones McCrary with the offensive rebound, and he's going to go to the line for 2. Caleb Jones McCrary, in response, gets the offensive rebound on the missed free throw and was bumped by Eddie Daly. So both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way. Both teams well over 10 personal fouls here in the second half. Caleb Long on the first attempt. Jones McCrary, who's had such a good game offensively, is a 69% free throw shooter. That number just keep going up and up. Missed them both. Still a one-possession game. Pioneers got to get a stop. 1:15 to go in the ball game. Crusoe content to run that clock down near midcourt. Pioneers will let them do it in a one-possession game. There's an illegal screen, and they got to it finally. Late whistle, but it's the right call as Malik Edwards, I don't know how you could even complain about that. It was such a clear and obvious illegal screen. Malik Edwards just ran right through Anthony Brown. Officials got it right. So 1 minute to go in the ballgame. It's 93-90. Statesman on top of the Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers. We got a full timeout in the Cook Center. We'll be back in 1 minute. MNUsports.com. Sports Information Director Chad Jenkins sending me a text that we haven't had a Pioneer score 40 points in a ball game since at least 2006, and it may have been earlier than that. And Ed Wright sitting at 39. The last guy to do that was three-time All-American Rustin Dowd, who had a 39-point game here in the early 2010s. So a monster performance, and Pioneers have needed every bit of it. Have a chance to tie the ball game here down by 3. Statesmen come out showing 2-3 zone. Elmore swings across the top, gets it high post. They kick it out, an open corner 3 from Makai Elmore off the front rim. Crusoe comes down with the rebound, and there's a 10, 11-second difference between shot and game clock, so Pioneers do not have to foul. In fact, should not foul, because there is enough time. If you get a stop, you're going to get the last possession. Crusoe dribbling all the way out top near the horse at the logo. Going to use a ball screen from Daly. Eddie Daly goes pick and pop. Thought about a 3. He's 0 for 4 from down there. Malik Edwards, he's not. Buries a triple. Edwards now has 30 and at least 5 triples here in the second half. Ed Wright looks to respond. Quick 3 off the mark, and that's going to just about do it. 10 seconds to go in the ball game. William Penn with a 96-90 lead is going to head to the free throw line and probably put this one on ice. A heck of a ball game in the Bell Family Arena tonight. Undefeated in Heart of America play, William Penn showed you why, where they have a ton of athleticism and a couple different guys who can just fill it up, and tonight it was Malik Edwards. A special performance from Ed Wright is going to be just short of the upset bid against number 17 and number 1 in the Heart of America, William Penn. Crusoe goes 1 for 2 at the line. Elmore brings it across, goes to Wright. Wright uses a screen from Brooks Langer, gets into the paint, gets his 40th and 41st point. and just 0.3 seconds on the clock, so that's going to be your final score. A 5-point victory for the visiting William Penn Statesmen, 97-92, hard-fought game from your Pioneers. And I got a feeling these two teams are going to meet again, possibly in a conference tournament, maybe in a national tournament. A heck of a ball game in the Cook Center tonight. We'll be back not for a month. The next home game is January 15th for your Pioneers. So thanks for being with us. 97-92 victory for William Penn. Good night, everybody.